Hey ladies, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is all about what women are doing over 70 to look 20 years younger. Are you ready? Let's get this beauty started. All right, so ladies, we're gonna just go through the skincare, the makeup, do these tips. I've taught this technique a lot on my channel. I think that it's a really good one to do a refresher. So we're really talking about 70s to 80s. And I know that this was a really important factor for my mom because I've had her on my channel multiple times on my Fierce Aging series. You know, she was really having a hard time becoming 70 or turning 70. And she felt like so many things changed with her skin and she wasn't thrilled when she looked in the mirror. And I said, okay, Mom, we really need to concentrate on color correcting and brightening the skin because I know you're going to be happy once you see that done. So that's a really big factor here. So if you're seeing a lot of pigmentation or you're seeing that darkness around the eyes, and that's really what I'm concentrating on today, is that those blues in the inner corner here or underneath the eye, you don't really love like all this pigmentation or you just feel like you look tired. So we have to color correct first, then go into a concealer. And you can choose whatever concealer is best for you. I'm going to be showing you some options. I do a lot of different videos, ladies. If you find that these are out of your price range in this video, you can go over to my last video, which I did, which featured 3 drugstore concealers that I think are worth buying. So you had a $5 to a $12. So I think that, you know, there's lots of options for you. You have to look in my library of videos because I really spend a lot of time trying to find alternatives just in case maybe you want to know what's at the drugstore or what have you. So today we're going to be doing that. I'm going to be using first to just kind of set my skin up for success. This is very important too in your 70s to have really good skincare. You don't have to have a million products. I'm always teaching you that less is more. And I truly believe that as an esthetician. I never had a client in my treatment room and then try to sell them 12 products when they are using soap. It doesn't make sense. I try to pair and tailor what I suggest for my client based off of what I think that they're really capable of doing when they're first starting out. Getting a cleanser, really important. Getting a sunscreen, getting a moisturizer. You know, I really would start with 1 to 3 products. So don't get overwhelmed. Take it as it is and figure out what you can plug into your routine or not. Not a big deal. Don't get overwhelmed. So this is from Hourglass. They sent me a beautiful package the other day. I was really thrilled because I've showed Hourglass before. I've always been a fan of their cosmetics. Very, very beautiful experience when you use their skincare and when you use their makeup. So, you know, I have my own line, yes, but I also I am a makeup artist. I love makeup. I love showing you all different types of products. And so I'm not just right here. I'm all over the place. I love just experimenting and playing. So just keep that in mind when, you know, I show you my product and I'll show you someone else's. This is their essence that I'm going to put into my skin to really hydrate my skin today. I was just out doing a photo shoot and it was really hot, but it was one of my favorite bathing suit designers. And I paired it with my Chanel vintage jacket from the 90s. I think it's 1994, the pink jacket. I love bringing out my Chanels because it takes me years and years and years to find them. I literally, it's a sport for me. I literally will stalk websites and then randomly one day it will show up and it makes me so happy. So my wardrobe is very curated. It is not a normal wardrobe because I really do sit around and I have wish lists and I have iconic pictures from the 90s and I wait and patience is really the key when you do vintage. And that's really what all of my closet is. It's vintage or it's past season or what have you. Everything is consignment. So here we go. I did the essence. Now let's just do a little Bobbi Brown face base. This is really great, refreshing. I want to hydrate my skin. So we're going to just add this on. This is a really nice primer for your skin, getting your skin ready for makeup. Now, let's talk about first just the color corrector aspect. So you might be new to my channel. You might not know that I talk about this a lot with just not using a concealer, but using a color corrector, especially over 40, 50, 60, 70s, 80s, 90s. We're concentrating on ladies in their 70s. This can apply for everybody, but I'm just really diving deep into this decade because I know that this is a concern of yours and you wanting to look fresh and you want to look awake and you want to look really just alive and beautiful. And this is really the way, it's going to be a game changer for you. I'm telling you. So first I show you a lot with my line that I use the Just Peachy. These are beauty sticks, medium to full coverage, up to you, cream to powder finish. So I have No Redness, which is a green color corrector. Green on the color wheel will cancel out red. Then we have Just Peachy. It's like a peach brightener for your skin, which will cancel out that gray, the blues, the darkness. So sometimes I get away with just using Just Peachy. I know a lot of you do. I know you write in and talk about that a lot. I love using my new concealer brush because it has a little cap on it. So you can go right in and be very precise if you want to. On the other end is our lip. I wanted to do something that was easy for you, and it was a dual brush. So we have the concealer brush that you can go right to the top and go right to the eye here. So what I want to concentrate on is this little area here. I have some redness usually on my nose from my glasses, or around my nose area here. I have some broken capillaries here that you can, I don't know if you can really see them. I'm sure on 4K you can. So we're going to really address the darkness. So this is what we're going to do to first lift that darkness underneath the eye area and up in here. So this is a really important part to do, because if you don't do this and you only do concealer here, the eye is going to gravitate towards the darkness when someone looks at you. So you want to brighten up this area here. So you brighten this up, and then you're going to bring it down as far as you want. I like to bring it down a little bit lower because I always hit that pigmentation mark that I have right there in the middle. You can see it right here. I just like to bring it down, and that's my technique for my skin and what I'm dealing with. So I'm gonna just bring it nice and creamy. It does not drag on the skin. And then I'm going to taper it out. So I'll taper it out, and then we can go back with the foundation buffing brush if we want to. We can work it in with our finger. So I'm gonna go on the other eye. So I have the other eye done also. So this is the Just Peachy, lifting the eye area, taking that darkness, that blues, the grays out. You can always just go quick and swipe. You know, I talk about my football player type. If you want to do it like that, just put it on and work it in with your fingers if you want to. So either way, so I have a little bit extra on there now, but so I can go in with this redness, the No Redness, where I have redness on my nose, and go around on the side. This is basically like a little mosaic. I'm hitting it with the Just Peachy to brighten. And then I have some of the No Redness around for the darkness on my nose. So here we go, just like this. So you want to really cancel out and brighten the skin. And this is how you're going to do that. Let's go into blending this in. I'm going to take my buffing brush and I'm going to just work it into my skin. So you're going to see that this is going to brighten this eye area, meet with the No Redness. And don't worry if you feel like, oh no, it's not all blended in. We're going to go over with our BB cream. So it's not a big to do. You're going to still blend it in, but really a beautiful application that you're going to see brightening up the eye. So now you're setting yourself up for success for your skin. You're like, okay, now I just brightened the eye area. I got rid of the redness or targeting these areas. Now I can go over with my concealer. So I have it in this Buff Cool. It's a cool tone, or I have it in the warm tone. So you can see the difference between the two. I'm going to be more cool. I have 3 different colors to choose from. This one is going to be more warm. If you have more yellow undertones, I'm cool. So I like to mix these together, just taking my concealer brush. And some days I'm a little lighter, some days I'm a little darker. It just depends. And I like to be able to mix and match. Now, if you like to have a wand concealer, I like the NARS, the Radiant Creamy Concealer. This is nice to be able to put underneath the eye area if you want just one color. If you want to have options and you want to kind of mix and match and be more custom, it's great to have 3 in this little wheel, so you can say, okay, you know what, I'm going to just give myself, maybe there's a little extra right underneath here that I want to kind of lift, conceal, be basically right here is my weakness, just at the bottom here. And then you can go back in now and really get a beautiful coverage and lightness because your concealer is not having to do all the heavy lifting. You have that color corrector switching up the skin to be lighter, to kind of just cancel out that darkness. Then you go back in with your concealer if you need it. Now you might find that, wow, that color corrector really brightened my skin and I really don't need it. So now this is really a great point to make where you have everything nice and bright now. Now look at my lids. Do you see how discolored they are? This is another reason why you don't want to do your eyeshadow directly to your lids. That's going to be a big mistake because you're going to get muddied up with this color on your lids. So normally we would do the makeup, basically the eyes, before we did any of this, but I really wanted to get into the real technique right away for you and not have you wait. So we're going a little bit backwards now, but we're going to do the eye primer and this is going to go on the lid. So you're going to see, I'm doing the same exact thing. I am lifting the color. So you're going to see, I just canceled out all of that darkness on my eye, just like that. So you can see the difference. This is primed. This is not primed. So again, when I go for my beautiful eyeshadow, it's going to look really pretty because it's not being mixed in with this natural lid color that I don't want. Eye primer is on. So do you see how it's all coming together? It is brightening my look. It is taking away any of that darkness. Don't worry if anything starts to crease right here. We haven't set it yet. We will use a little translucent powder, or we'll use Nikita Banana that is coming back into stock. I just got the alert today, so that is exciting. So now here we are. We're set up for extreme beauty success. So I'm gonna take my Naughty Nancy palette, because my aunt's the one that we named this after, and she's 80 and she is so funny about aging. I told you in that one video recently where she called me, she texted me late at night and she's like, you gotta call me. I have something to tell you about aging. And she was saying how it just has to be about humor and about really laughing and enjoying yourself and not taking yourself so seriously, which I thought was so funny coming from her, because she's like, I can't believe I'm 80. She keeps saying it. I'm like, Aunt Nancy, I think you're gonna be 81 this year. First of all, she's like, Nikki, how could you say that to me? So I'm gonna go into the middle color here, which is really, it's just a beautiful soft, it's a sheen palette, but it's a soft, beautiful kind of plummies. And I thought it would be really pretty today. And you know what's really nice about my new blending brush that I have here? So if you put it on and you're like, oh no, I got a little bit too much over on this side, you just take the blending brush and you literally, it's like your one stop to a beautiful eyeshadow of blending. Do you see, like I can just blend it out. So you could literally do the biggest mistakes on your eye and then just go back in and blend it out. So the first color is on. I'm gonna just take the first color. It's a little bit lighter, and I'm going to do a little wash of color just at the top here. It's not gonna really highlight, it's just gonna marry these two together and just blend it together again. I am gonna take the darkest color here in the palette, and I'm gonna go in with my short smudge brush that I call my eraser brush. And I'm gonna make like a little line. You can wet these palettes too if you want to. I'm going to just go right to the very end, and I'm gonna just smoke up just the kind of like a liner, but I like to bring it out just a tad. This is really where you see your eyeshadow looking really true because you have the eye primer on. So again, ladies, if you make any mistakes, you're like, well, went out too far, you take your blending brush and you just dust along the ends there and blend it together. So it really is like your magic wand. This will do everything for you. When you make a mistake, you put on a little eyeshadow. I'm just kind of smudging it at the end, coming out on an angle a little bit, just like this. It's nothing perfect. It's nothing, you know, to get crazy about, but let's just make it look like someone did my makeup, and we'll just blend it. And it'll look like, wow, how did you do that? That's what your friends will say. They'll be like, Nancy, how did you put your eyeshadow on so perfectly? She's gonna be like, why? It's just the brushes. So the nice thing about my shadows though, they don't have a lot of fallout. So I don't have to worry like, oh no, I just got a ton of fallout because I put on my color correctors and everything. So you don't have to worry about that, which is great. So now we will use our lash curler and go right into mascara. Lashes are lifted. I'm gonna go in with my mascara, go to the base, and I'm going to wiggle back and forth and go straight up. So this is a wonderful wand because it grabs every single lash and it really extends your lashes. This gives you volume. This, you can see that it's not clumpy. When you have a brush that grabs all of these lashes and really separates them at the same time, you get this really beautiful look. So I have my mascara on, and the important part in your 70s is to get a mascara wand that has little teeth like this. So my brush is flat, teeth on both sides. You're getting to the base and you're able to lift up. And when I put this mascara on my Fierce Aging ladies, I always say, can you feel it gripping your lashes? Because my mom has very, very fine lashes and they're very thin. We need a mascara that's not going to clump them up, make them look shorter than they are. It's a very personal product, mascara, because everyone's lashes are different. In your 70s, getting your lashes to look beautiful, to really maximize what you have, is very important. We're gonna go right into a brow fix. I'm gonna do clear. We're gonna go right into a simple technique that does make a big impact, is going to be brushing your brows up and grooming your brows. At any age, you can use a clear brow fix like I am. I'm just coating my brows. You can use cocoa, which is my favorite. When I have those gray brows that I have, now I have two, they seem to be multiplying, but you can cover them up very easily and really get your brows looking like you have more hair when you use a brow mascara. So what we're gonna do now is we're going to just go in with our BB cream. This is really nice for skin in your 70s because you want to really hydrate your skin. You want it to look really just bouncy and pretty and hydrated and just fresh. That's really what the key is. So I have made my BB cream. I use Light and Fair and I mix them together. I have made it with aloe, ginseng, chamomile. So it's going to be very soothing on the skin. It's going to be not heavy for more mature skin. That's very important. It's not going to settle into your fine lines. You're going to use your buffing brush. I just mix it together very simply. Don't need too much. And then I put it on my skin like this, and then I work it in. So this is really a nice little treatment for your skin. You're going to see your skin kind of pop, come alive. It evens out the tone. So again, I don't want to mask my skin. I want you to see it. I don't want it to look like I just blanched out my skin. This is the way that I do it. It's nice and light, especially being here in Florida with the 1,000 degrees of humidity. I'm gonna just take it down. It's a little bit warmer than my skin. So I take it down on my neck so everything blends very well together and there's no demarcation. So the BB cream is on, feeling really hydrated, really looking nice. Now we are going to take a little Nikol banana. This is coming back. It's my brightening press powder. We've been out of it for months and months and months. I don't even know how long we've been out of it for, but it's been too long. So now it's coming back into stock. Very excited. I'm going to just set underneath my eyes. This is triple milled. So it is not going to add a lot of weight to the skin. It's going to really brighten the skin too. That's what we want to do. We want to brighten that under eye area. You can use a smaller brush. You can have blending brush, another one if you want to. We will be selling them individually coming up soon for a limited time. But you could have one on the side where you use this for just your powder underneath your eye area if you want to have a smaller brush than the powder brush. So we just did a little dusting of the Nikol banana. Now I want to show you, Hourglass sent me really pretty cream blushes, and this is going to be just very more in that kind of mauve color. It's a little bit like Palm Beach, but a little bit more on the plummier side. So I thought this would be pretty with the Naughty Nancy. Just putting this into my skin again. Another great, really product is a cream blush for mature skin. You're going to get that really pretty glow to the skin with the cream blush instead of doing a powder. Powder is not off limits, but doing a cream blush really just adds that extra, you can see that extra kind of gloss, prettiness, freshness to the skin. So now we're on to the lips. I'm gonna use my Cameo lip pencil and I'm gonna be using a balm. And I think you ladies are gonna love this product. This was also from Hourglass. Can you see? I'm very excited. I picked a couple things that I was like, I know the ladies are gonna love this balmy kind of lip gloss treatment, hint of color. So we're gonna just go in with the Cameo. I normally would be putting on a little vitamin E lip treatment that I usually do, but since we're gonna be using this balm that comes in this beautiful little packaging, it clicks up from the bottom, and this is called Entice. And I thought it was just so pretty. Look, so glossy, treatment, color. So you have this really high shine. So ladies, this is gonna really refresh your look. They have a couple different colors I'll be featuring on the channel coming up. Not as much as this, but do you see how it really just revives the skin? The look just gives you that really pretty, fresh face. And this is really important when you're in your 70s. 70s to 80s, refresh those lips, add moisture, add a little gloss. That is going to really take your look from kind of being like, well, I don't know what's going on with my lipstick. I've been using it for 20 years. It's not really working for me, or you're still in that matte group. Add some freshness with the gloss, with hydration. You're never going to look back. You're gonna be like, this is amazing. So now what are we doing? We've done everything. I could do a little bit of bronzer, but you know what? Let's just keep it simple. We color corrected. That is your key in your 70s. Color correct the skin, alter it so you can use your concealer, or you can just do the color corrector. Put on a beautiful light BB cream, put on some gloss on your lips. Feel good about yourselves, ladies. This is the time you should be taking care of yourself. Not what you've always been told by society, that you're old, you shouldn't be doing anything, or you're too old to do anything, or you know what, who cares? Like, what are you doing it for? You don't even go out of the house. Oh, well. Listen to me. You put yourself together for you, because when you look in the mirror, it's you have to be happy. You have to say these positive mantras for you. No one is coming and telling you the positive mantras to you to give you a boost. You are boosting yourself. You're coming back to this channel and feeling the vibe, feeling the positive energy, feeling like, yes, you know what? I want to put on a little gloss, or I want to do a little blush today, or I want to put on some eyeshadow, or whatever it is, because it's going to change your mood. It's going to give you that feeling of, you know what? I am worth it. And that is the message here on the channel, ladies. You are worth it. If you are over 40s, if you're over 80s, over your 101, like our beautiful Henrietta, we honor our age. We love our age. We want to really celebrate it, and we want to take care of it, and we are worth it. That's why we do what we do. So ladies, until my next video, I'll see you later.